Hi, welcome to my spring 2021 research paper. I guess this is quote my TED Talk. My name is Kevin, and I'll be presenting my research. Well, I guess my multimedia presentation of my research. Um, a little background: I am researching disabilities through a children's film, Finding Nemo. I'll be doing a film analysis on the movie and related sources to create an argument that disabilities can be explored and taught through children's films, even though it's such a sensitive topic. And I don't know, through this, I believe it's a cool way. Okay, so the reason I chose Finding Nemo is because disabilities can range from physical ones to mental ones. So I chose this because Nemo in the film, if you've never seen the film, Nemo was underdeveloped because as a egg he was attacked by a barracuda, and this barracuda left him with a physical disability, which you can see in his smaller fin. His smaller fin is called a lucky fin. The other side of another protagonist in the movie is Dory. Dory in the film is shown to have short-term memory loss, but although she has short-term memory loss, she can remember the location that Nemo is being kept. The background of the story is Nemo and his dad live together now, just the two of them, and they are going to the first day of school. At the first day of school, Nemo's overprotective dad sends Nemo over the edge, and Nemo gets captured by some humans. In doing so, Nemo is sent to a human fish tank, where now he is now separated from his father, and this Dory fish, not Dory fish, this blue tang named Dory in the film, works together with his father to find Nemo. But the premise of the movie is how basically Nemo learns to be independent from his father, overcome his disabilities to be independent, and his father learns to have more trust of Nemo, and his father learns to be more respectful of people with disabilities, because he just needs to take more time, and Dory will show him that they are capable of doing their own things. The reason I put fish friends here is because throughout the movie, other disabilities can be seen, such as the main character Aang. He has a scar on his face, which could be seen as a physical disability. The reason I chose this is because disabilities in society are very, I guess, disabled people in society are overlooked. I say overlooked because, I don't know, people just, since they're different from us, people just treat them differently. And we see that mainly in the work environment, where we see pay gaps, which will be shown in the next slide. But I guess the history of disabilities, which I learned in this spring semester through freak shows, was just recently, even like in the 1900s, people who are different from us were popularized in freak shows, which I thought that was kind of cool because it ties back into what we've been working on. And then this slide shows us how a regular worker versus a person with disabilities. A person with disabilities has 37% less pay, which is almost 40%. Basically, you're doing the same amount of work, but you're almost getting almost 40% less. And not even goes from with no education all the way up into a master's degree. There's still that pay gap. I believe this movie is really good because it basically throughout the whole movies, it's a bunch of scenes where they come to a difficulty, such as a shark attack or jellyfishes or rapid currents. This scene specifically is when they get trapped in the net. This is Nemo's father and Dory, the Dory fish. They get scooped up in a net. And then in this net, all these fishes give up, but Dory convinces them to just keep swimming downwards. So they're almost at the top, but the Dory fish is like, keep going, and then eventually they break it, and then all the fish get set free. So the thing is, for my project, I'm not sure if I want to include sources from a motivational speaker such as those in the Paralympics, because I need to find the research behind it. But I believe it could be really beneficial for me if I could find sources that show how people with disabilities are more motivational. And then this goes back to Nemo and his dad. So the two sides of the story. Basically, Nemo learns to be independent from his father, and he learns that his smaller size actually benefits him, and he learns to embrace that part of himself. While his dad learns that he shouldn't be so overprotective, and that people with disabilities have excel in other spots. And then I'm probably not going to include Stephen Hawking in my final research paper, because his, I guess he's like the Dory fish, in where he has a, not cognitive disability, but he is unable to speak, but he's still really well known. So I don't know how I'm going to include them, but if I do, he's a great example of someone in a real life that has overcome disabilities and achieved a lot. But again, like I was saying earlier, I might find an example of a paraplegic that I would like to use in my research paper instead. Thank you for coming to my quote TED Talk. This is my presentation of my spring research project so far. Thank you.